Okay, I think I'm live. I can see the chat there. Probably works. Okay, so yep, it seems like I am live indeed. Let me just see if the comments are working. Okay, so here's to get you up to speed. Yeah, I know nobody is here, but somebody. The Mad Prof, there you go. Konnichiwa, what's up? Yes, sir. Okay, so long story short, so I did this game like many years ago, and oh, okay, even the tile map is broken now. So I wonder if that will work. So if I press play, it should crash. Someday. Because when it changed from 3 to, yeah, when it changed to number 3 to number 4, Godot, a lot of the code got altered. So maybe underscore delta works here. Would that make a difference? Apparently some of the okay. Yeah, and they also had a ridiculous coding plugin. Alright, invalid type in Unity function lerp cannot convert argument 2 from int to float. Where I kind of forgot all of the shortcuts. Var float expected end of statement identifier. Is that not how you identify? Oh, maybe if I do 0. Oh, was it 0f? No, 0.0. Will that make it work? Oh! Oh, it's actually working. That actually took a lot less effort than I thought it would. Okay, well, tile map node is deprecated. It is superseded by the use of multiple tile map layer nodes to convert the tile map to a set of tile map layer. Tile map bottom panel with this node selected. Click the toolbox icon in the top right corner and choose extract to individual tile maps. This one. Oh, okay. So if I do this, layer 1, okay, so that is fixed. So these are just some terrible, bad things that I did, I guess. Maybe it doesn't make sense that the grass is going on the side, but whatever, just to see if this works. And then of course I'll want oh, whoops, I'll want the wall over there so that the player doesn't fall into infinity. Okay, I guess that should be good enough. Alright, so we have a... Oh my. So all of the NPCs are clipping through the floor. Maybe it's this one. I need to put a delta in here as well. Okay, does that work? Nope, they don't have collision for some reason. How do I make sure that... what's the difference between my player and these guys so that they're not colliding? Well, yeah, no worries, prof. No worries. Okay, so, BC. So first of all, again, add player, idle, valid track, texture must have at least one key to cache for blending. Okay, so on the player, idle, valid track, sprite 2D. Okay, so first of all, let's try and fix the player camera so that it is actually a bit closer. If I can figure out how that is done. So zoom. Okay. Okay, so everything is blurred. I can jump. Can I shoot? I can. I have burst fire selected. It shoots from one side to the other. Nails have physics against themselves. And they despawn. But first thing I can notice is that the sprite is very blurred. So, oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Control Z, okay. Resource, to scene. How do I... I think I could re-import. Open documentation. Texture, reframes, methods and descriptions, rectangle. That doesn't really help me unblur it, does it? Oh, that's interesting. Alright. What does this button do? Load the scene path name, offset, animation, horizontal frames, vertical frames, region, transform, visibility, ordering, texture, material, process, physics, interpolation. Viewport, gradient, you make the texture 2D. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to use our friend Google, right? So let me do a new window. And now I'll do Godot for blurred pixel art. $3 years ago. Let's see. Filtering, found the filter, settings, easy button, get a sprite, can predict settings, rendering textures. Let's see. Project settings. And then I think it says rendering, textures, nearest, close. Okay. Okay, good. So we have a clean, smooth pixel art now. And I think we found another issue. So these doors were actually working to get you to the next stage. But, yep, sure enough, it crashes. At function implicit ready. Invalid access to property or key cell size on a base object of type tile map. Okay, and we have another delta situation here. We get tree paused equals false. Get tree paused equals false. Get tree paused. I think they changed it on Godot 4 from 3. Okay, get.tree brackets dot pause. How do I have it here? Get.tree. Huh? So they use a dot instead of an underscore? No, they use an underscore. Equals false, not equals false. Indeed, the pause equal true will stop various events and processes if true. Be stopped. Send this signals and collection nodes to you, but I would suggest using an enum set of the game. So you could set the state to over and check winner and check. Okay, so if get tree.pause equal true, if event action press device select, get tree event equals false. Okay, that is at least better, but I don't think that will fix our issue yet. It does not. So invalid access to property or key cell size. Okay, let's see what the internet says, of course. .tile set .tile size, but that is C#. Cell size for tile set .tile size. Okay. Tile tile set dot tile size, like so. No, underscore size. Oh, no, I don't want to program in Chinese. Thank you very much. What is going on? Oh. Where's the ass coming from? Oh my god. Hello? What? Haunted. Okay. And of course that doesn't work either. Why is my computer spamming the letter S? Non-existent function instance in base packed scene. Oh yeah, I think it's called instantiate. Okay, so can I not do a replace all? Control R. Control R. Okay. Instantiate. Replace. Replace. Oh geez, no. Okay. I can't do that for all. Instantiate. Okay, that one I can. Instantiate. Big balloon instantiate. And that should do it. Let's see if it works now. One step at a time, guys. One step at a time. Oh, and I did put some... Oh my, what was that? Okay, still not working. What? Okay. Get used cells. Expected one argument. What is the object? Unused used cells equals objects dot get used cells. So what is objects? Paste. Add objects, add objects. Grid size equals objects dot tile set dot tile size. I think objects then is probably something I created, like objects equals objects, and this is for the level. So if I stages level 1, I see. Okay. So, okay, no big deal. I think what happened is layer 0. Okay. Can I put this on another layer then? Let's see. I can erase. I can erase. Okay. Can I put this in another layer? helps with proxies. Set. Oh yeah, because that code I was using, it's so that I could replace these like specific tiles, because basically these balloons were just static images, right? And so the code that I created was so that the game could grab these images and turn them into the actual items that you would need. Okay, then I guess I can probably remove that object. Maybe I can delete this one. Yes, I can. And this one I'll call tile map. I was wondering if I could just okay. So there's yeah, I remember I had some weird issue with the door. I had to basically shift the position, I think. Oh, because this one is centered, but then the code should make it. And then the big balloon is supposed to be the final part of the level. Patterns, terrains, tile set, tile map. So I think, yeah, I can't have. I would need to find a way to basically make this into different layers, so I could stack coins and balloons on the same cell. Not that I want to at the moment, but just for future proofing. But regardless, let me see if I can make that level work. Okay, it broke. So let me try and activate the stage directly. Okay, it breaks immediately. Okay. Get cell V, used cells. Object equals objects. Objects equal on the root level objects. Okay, so this one grabs this and then gives it this name, right? So now the grid size is objects dot tileset dot tile size. How do I see the documentation of the tile size? Set dot tile size. No, that's not how I did it. I think it's here. Tile size. Okay, so this is a tile map layer. Can I get the tile size of the tile map layer? Local to map. Set cell, coordinates, set pattern, update intervals. Okay. Okay, so we have a tile map and we have a tile map layer. So tile size is a property of tile set. So I'm looking for a property on the tile map layer. Okay, let's see. Godot for tile map layer. Was it set tile size that I was looking for? I think. Oh, okay. Tile size. Okay. Tile map layer. Tile size. Tile set the tile size property defines the logical size of each individual tile in the tile set in pixels, and it's crucial to set this to match the tile. Okay. So let's do something else here. I'm going to try and figure out what the code is doing so that I can maybe go one by one. Okay? So first of all, I should have my objects here. Balloon, blah, 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 blah. And before actually I do anything else, let me see if this works. No? No, because it needs to be the scene. Yes, okay. So a balloon, big balloon, small balloon, it's the ground, coin, and does this work? Okay, they're animating. Okay, so good news is that the scenes are indeed working. So I think that level code really was just to make it so that I could basically paint the levels to make it easier to make scene, right? That being the case, then let's go back to level 1. So I have added a bunch of this stuff in here. And so what we're gonna have to do is we're going to have to, so if I remember the code that I did, what it does is it starts out, goes in here, finds this object layer, figures out of all of these cells, which one is a balloon, which one is a coin, which one is a door, which one is a balloon with a smile, which one is a big balloon, and then it will replace it with the correct sprite. Oh, sorry, not the sprite, but like these TSCNs, which are the scenes, which make it so that things happen. So let's see then what I need the grid size for. Maybe I won't need it, but let's take a look, right? So this is level, and win height, lose height, okay. Because what that does, so you see here that they have an at export var win height, lose height, minus 300, minus 300 and 300. What this means is that if I fall off over 300 pixels, then I get a you lose the game kind of message. If I go upwards negative 300 pixels, then that's the win condition, because the way I made the game is that you pop the final balloon, you get rocketed into the sky, and that's how basically the level ends, and then you fall down through a chimney kind of thing, right? So I never really thought this out too much, just basically playing around with it, but let's see if it works or not and see if we can fix this, okay? So then on ready var, player position equals player spawn. So player spawn is just this 2D node that's right there. That's where the player will spawn, and if I want to change its spawn position, I can change it. And if I get that code to work with the tile map, I can probably do that too. So then player instance equal player dot instantiate. So then it creates the player, right? Set name to player, add child, player instance, player's instance dot position equal player's position, and then we do add objects. Okay, this is the part where we're going to add the objects to the whole thing. So I jump down to add objects. So used cells equals objects dot get used cells. Get used cells. Okay, so what does this do? Get used cells returns a vector 2i array with the positions of all cells containing a tile. A cell is considered empty if its source identifier equals -1, its atlas coordinate identifier is vector -1 and 1, and its alternative identifier is -1. Okay, so far so good. What this does is it's going to get the cells that are used, and then it's going to print it. And then I'm going to, can I put a breakpoint here? I think I click there. Okay, so let's try this. It did not stop at the breakpoint, did it? Output. Okay, so those are all of the used cells. See here? Because this is logging where every object is and their positioning. Let me just confirm. So that should be 0, 0. And that should be 0, 1. And so if I go to the output, here we have one at minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and this one is -6, 6, -5, 6, -4, 6. Okay, So far so good. That is working properly. If object equals 0, balloon instance get used cell value. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. For I in used cells size. Okay. So if I do this, okay. So that seems to be one piece of code that got altered, right? So Godot for get selvi. I can't seem to find it or method. Get cell source does exactly what else is and what get cell source ID 0 current tile equals -1 pass. Okay, so it's get cell source. Okay, get cell source ID. Get cell source ID. Okay. Get cell source ID. Coordinates. All right. What happens if I run this? Guys. It's working. Can I shoot a nail? Okay, so the nails don't pop the balloons yet. Okay, there's the remaining balloons, the amount of coins. Jesus. Okay. Level 2. Okay, and then level 2 gets farted also because level 2 probably doesn't even exist, right? So level 2, I can just delete that, remove, and then I can duplicate this to level 2. Level RNG. Level RNG. Level RNG. Set Selvi. Which one is Set Selvi? set cell. Okay, so if I look for set cell on tile map layer, vector to I coordinates in source ID atlas coordinates equals X. Okay, let's see if it works. It does not, of course. Argument 1 from vector 2 to int. Method. Okay, I think probably 0, right? Coordinates. Okay. And then let's just take it one step at a time. Set cell 0. Set cell 0. Maybe I never actually really made this work, right? Oh wait, no, I did. Extract tile. Then I call this tile map. And then I put this under there, and then I delete this one. Then I put this tile map. Will this work? Set cell cannot convert argument 1 from int to vector to I. Okay, so where were we? So let's double check what we have to work with. Hover text. Is the code using the hover text for the door? So next level equals string. Bar hover text equals bar on door equals false. Oops. Under is false ready. Label dot text equals over text. Delete that one. tile map. Okay. So that just shows the text on top. Is it just called label? Is the label on the door itself? Okay, so hold up. Oh, okay, so this one should be in the folder here. Alright, so now I have a door, and if I'm correct, there we go, there's a label. Can keep it as it is. So, okay, so level 1. But then what it does is, so door.gd on door, so export var. Right. Because I think what happens is that the doors are manually placed because they're kind of like more elaborate details themselves. Excuse me. Jesus. So these balloons and all of these things, they basically just, are more. They're basically kind of static objects in a way, I guess. But the doors, because I need to, right? So this one is level 1, this one is level 2. But I'm trying to figure out what I did exactly to make it go. So label on door true, input event accepted, on door false, get tree, change scene to next level. What I want to know is, where is the next level definition, right? Next level hover text. There it is. Okay. So if I go here, next level. Okay, got it. So for the next level, I have it's a string, but it's a file, and it's a TSCN. So I just basically grab one of these scenes and I manually drag on there which level it is, instead of it just being, whatever. So now let's take a look at the NPCs and see why they are not colliding with the floor. Physics process, linear, idle, set velocity, floor normal, slope slide stop, move and slide, velocity if direction equals 0, animation, linear velocity, sprite scale, new animation walk, if new animation, on timer timeout, direction. If body is player, text visible equal true, text equals speech. And then I can write in there what the guys say. Okay, got it. Alright, and how do I make it so that they do not collide? Like, how is the player not colliding with, or rather, the player is colliding with the floor, but they are not? Like, gravity, Let's maybe compare these two. Okay, so gravity is the same for both. Floor normal, floor normal. Oh, my bad, guys. Oh, hey, Andre. Sorry for not paying attention. I had Discord open. I wasn't seeing the chat. Can I put this on the left side? Why do you ditch Twitch? Mod me here. Yeah, yeah, sure. What could possibly go wrong? Wait, I can't. It's not letting me. The lag is bad compared to Twitch. I hate Godot with a passion. I only did that one game trying to smart it up for me. Okay. I don't know. I just felt like for this specifically, I felt like doing it on YouTube. I want to be a bit more chill and relaxed. But I could do Twitch too. I don't know. I just felt like today I haven't been game developing in a long time. I haven't been online in a long time. So I felt like doing something. And I was just like, hey, you know what? I'll just start streaming. Go back on YouTube. And see how things go from there. I'm just trying to see if I can put the... what am I doing? No, but I really like Godot. Like with the last change that they did from 3 to 4, a lot of things got altered. So yeah. Let me actually put the window a bit smaller here on the side because then it's easier for me to see the chat, I suppose. And that one goes right there, and this one goes right here. Okay, there we go. Twitch can't sub in the overworld. Oh, good point. Good point. Is this the... There we go. There we go. That's cleaner now. Right, so where were we? I'm trying to figure out where the issue is that these guys are not hitting the floor, right? Jump, 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 sprite nail, burst, shoot time, shooting equals falls, level 1 equals falls, combo, current pitch, linear velocity, animation, coins, remaining balloons, collision shape 2T, size. Okay. Collision shape 2D. What? Oh, I remember. Okay, area 2D, collision shape. I think one of these is for the text. High range burst. Well, that's another issue I'm gonna have to figure out because the burst is basically continuous firing. Not that the nails do anything for now, but it is an error. Var on floor is on floor. Physics process delta. Physics process delta no animation. Set floor stop on slope. Excuse me. Okay, so this is really sucky. I think somebody managed to kind of reroute or fish my number or whatever. That you know, basically all day today I've been getting calls from people saying that my number called them, but nobody picked up, and so they've been calling back. So unfortunately, seems like scammers are becoming more and more normalized, and nobody does anything about it. So yeah. Okay, where were we? Physics process delta var on floor dot is on floor. So what does is on floor do? What does on floor do? If on floor combo equals 0, linear velocity dot x inferior to siding change speed. So basically that on floor is just to reset the counter. So it wouldn't affect the physics. So like linear velocity, setup direction, slope, slide, stop, move and slide, linear velocity. Okay, so why is the collision happening on my player but not on Well, I mean, I do have a business, so I guess people got my number somehow, but there are also like automatic uh, numbers. There are some guys that basically just use automatic, dialers that just spoof every random number. It's really getting annoying, if I am to be perfectly honest. Because every day also, I receive like phone calls. I pick up, instantly the call drops, and that's it. Okay, so if I disable the collision shape 2D, what if I do this? Is something gonna break? No. If I do that, no. That's really weird. Why are they phasing through the floor? Motion was granted speech. Slide on ceiling on. If I turn it off. Nope, that doesn't work either. Let me put the player spawn right there. Floor still on low, constant speed, block on wall, max angle, moving platform collision. Do I need to put collision layers? Will this do anything? I don't think so. Okay, is it the layer or the mask? Okay, it's a mask. Alright. Alright. So let me go to NPC. This is the route. If I do this... Okay, that works. Alright, good. Okay. Please tell me you have a different number for the business. Yeah. Oh, but now they collide with the player. Hey, you heard him, guys. Is it a rebook or a Nike? Nothing here, sorry. Alright. So that's another problem. How do I make it so that I don't 10? If I do this? No. Okay, okay, but if I remove the mask number 1, oh boy. Yeah, collisions are... Please do not eat my cheese. Okay, so what is the mask, right? Collision mask. Set collision mask. Get collision mask. The physics layer this collision object scans. Okay. Collision object can scan one or more of the also collision layer. Ah, okay. So the player is on layer 1. So not only are they touching the floor, but they're also touching the player. So the layer is where an object is that can be interacted with, but the mask is what it detects. And because the I mean, I guess the easiest solution right now would be if I disable this one. Right? No, I just made it invisible. But then again, no, yeah. But the other weird thing is that the player is colliding with a smaller box. No worries, man. Thank you for joining in. See you soon. But this bigger box is being used correctly for the text, but not for that one. So that means that probably have a ground scene here with probably collisions on the wait a minute, but this is not the ground that is being used. So where does this grass come from? NPCs, build audio add-ons. I don't need that. Builds, NPCs, objects, balloons, coins, door, grass, ground, smile, player, it's not there, scripts, stages, level, Tres, nothing, readme, test minerals. So I guess what this is doing is this is actually using like direct collisions here, right? So if I physics layer 0. Maybe name texture. Okay, so tile map. Can I add a new tile thingy? Okay, let me add a child node, which is a tile map layer. Let's call it good ground, because why not? And now tile set, new tile set. Okay, no, that's not what I want. In that case, then tile set. No, wait. Can I add a child node of a tile set? No. So how do I do that? Do I save this as tile set? No. Save branch scene. Okay. Godot for create tile set. Select the tile set along the bottom. You're on tile map. Select the tile set tab along the bottom. You are on tile map. Select the texture wish you use. Ensure you. Okay. All right. I think I'll try and see if I can figure out this tile set thing, and then there we go. And then see if I can. Okay. So where is that? Okay, that does seem pretty good. Okay, can I now paint with all the colors of the rainbow? Ah, okay, so it's using a random tile. If I don't use a random tile, okay, there we go. So we're getting somewhere. Now, if I okay. Actually, I wonder, does this have collision? Oh, and the import style has changed again. Why? Okay, I want to be able to test collision on that one, I guess. Okay, if that has collision, it's gonna be no, it does not have collision, which means that the collision on that floor is differently made. okay. So that's what makes something collidable. Yep. Okay.
Vänta, kan du bli så
Ooh, Caraburn popcorn.
Verdant purple.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna remove this one. Physics layers. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to put terrain on number 1. How am I gonna do this? Okay, so I need the player to collide with the ground. I need the NPCs to collide with the ground. I need the player to collide with the ground, but not with the NPCs. So they both need to have the same mask, but a different layer. Maybe. What if I do this? What if I put the ground layer on all 4 and the player has a mask for 2 and the NPCs have for 1? Would that work? How could I still push them? I still push them. Failure loading resource. What's going on? Hey, Nima Roses, how's it going? Master Blacksmith in the house. Oh, yeah, because player is on layer 1. What if the NPCs don't mask for layer 1, but rather for layer 2? Let's see if this works. Well, I'm surprisingly doing a lot more progress than I thought I would. Okay, there we go, that fixed it. Yeah, that fixed it, it's working. Still very blurry though. So let's see, project, settings, rendering, nearest. So with that, it'll look better. Okay, surprisingly, this is actually surprisingly developing a lot faster than I thought it would be. So now the main thing would be level design, actually. Why? Not the WAV file. I should set with riff, but found in file of size. Okay, let's see if I can fix those errors. ASMR popcorn. How does programming work? Okay, I can explain it to you simply. So, let's see. So first things first, right? So I have the player. If I go here to the script of the player, so he has a bunch of how do I center this again? Okay. So this is the player, right? And so this is the whole thing. So imagine like this is a big bag, and everything underneath it is part of that big bag. Okay. The sprite is basically the image. Okay, I think I got another call. Yeah, so basically I think some scammer got my business number or something like that, and he is calling a lot of people using my number somehow. Anyway. So yeah, so the sprite is basically this image, right? And then I also have this animation that basically changes the sprite depending on what I am doing, right? So if I press play, this is the jumping animation, and this is the running animation, which is just two lines. It's very minimalistic. So there's that. This is just basically a position. So when I shoot a nail, they're going to be created from that point. This is the collision to detect when you hit the floor, when you hit an NPC or anything like that. Okay. Sound effect, it's basically to play the sound effects, as you can imagine. HUD, heads up display, is basically a layer that then it's its own scene with the text for the how many balloons are remaining, the coins, finish tags, so on and so forth. I guess I created a pause screen as well. And so when I press play, the code is gonna run itself, right? And I can jump, I can run around, I can shoot nails, which for some reason never stop and they collide with each other. So I can actually stop letting them collide with each other, but maybe I'll just keep it as it is for fun. And then I can enter levels. And the idea of the game is that, okay, the sounds are a bit annoying, I guess. But you can see that there on the bottom, the combo is going up. And, oh, oops. Okay, so that means that the player needs to collide with 1-1, right? And then the NPCs will collide with 4. Will that work? Probably not. Okay, exactly. So if they are on layer 2, okay, that's what will happen. So they'll be on layer 2, mask 4, so that they can detect the floor, but not the player. Okay, so that should work. Alright, so let's try that again. So I can touch the floor. Very good. and it goes up in pitch, as you can see, as you pop them. So right now I was, like when I did this game, I was just basically playing around and see if I could make the mechanics work, which clearly it looks like I can. So what I spent all the time today doing was basically troubleshooting this and making sure that it would work. So alright, so there we go. So that works. I can then start basically editing levels and stages. Wait, I forgot to check that part. Yeah, it's too loud, yeah. Okay, so that door doesn't actually work. It's okay. Okay, so this is the ground, this is the objects. I can just erase all of them. So we can do basically a simple stage, right? So let's see. Maybe I can do something like this, then like that. So this is the first stage, right? So maybe we will do it a bit like this. And and I'm just kind of guesstimating. And then maybe a thingy there. And then I can maybe I don't know, maybe something like this. I can add a hole in there, and then I can come here to the objects, and I can like put things like this. So, and then the big balloonga, which is supposed to be like the end of the level, and then I can grab the coins. So something kind of like that, right? Okay, something like that, right? So then what I did is that basically what I'm doing now, yeah, I might stream again, just something casual. So what I'm doing now is basically I'm just painting images, right? So none of these have collisions or anything, okay? But what I did do as well is if I go here into the script, I basically wrote a code that checks these cells value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And so then it first it makes a list of all of the cells that are being used in the level. And by the way, I understand if it sounds like complete gibberish to you. So for example, if you ever done graphs, you know it's like x and y. This is minus infinity. This is plus infinity. Goes up and goes down. On computers, it's a bit different. This is 0. And here it's the x is still going positive to the right side, but the positive y goes downwards. So this is +1 + 1. This is +1 - 1. This is -1 - 1. And this is -1 + 1. You know, just kind of keep it weird. So 1 1, 2 1, 3 1, 4 1, 5 1, 6 1, so on and so forth. 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, and so on. Yeah, coding is really tricky until you start understanding it. And so what my code does, it goes through all of this grid, right? And detects every piece that, oh, you can actually see it here on the bottom left. Every piece, so 4 9, 6 9, 8 9, 12 9, etc. This code goes through each one of them, and okay, if the object is equal 0, which is this one, because if I go here, yeah, if I go here, the ID is 0. So I'm gonna keep it that way. This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, okay? If it is 0, create a balloon. So it replaces it with a balloon. And then it adds one. It adds to the group of balloons so that I can count how many balloons are in a stage. And then the position becomes the position on the map that cell was. So it goes in here, right? It goes here to position 12, 9, so that's 12 to the side, 9 downwards, and replaces it with an actual balloon scene that has physics and everything. If it's the first one, it's a coin, does the same thing with a coin, the same thing with that balloon, the same thing with that balloon, and then I clear all of it, because if I didn't, I'll show you what would happen. If I didn't clear all of that after the code, I would grab the coins and everything, but they wouldn't disappear. See? It would remain there. And so that's why it is important to clear them afterwards, so that when I do spawn into the game, there they are. Now I have a problem, which is that these things are out of alignment. Why are they out of alignment? I do not know. But that is a bit weird. Why are they out of alignment? The balloon should be higher. What if I do this? Okay. I can't do that, huh? We'll actually play some chess, maybe learn some interesting moves at least once a year. I got some random chess addiction. Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah, the audio is too loud. Why are they not spawning correctly? Maybe it's a problem with this? Local to map returns the map coordinates. Node to D2 local. Just to local? Let me see. No, that's not it, but okay. So, what is... But it looks too hard, being careful when doing moves and all that. The worst stuff about every strategy game that they feel dumb while playing it. Thing is, man, the more you do it, that's the point. Like, people didn't invent chess so that they could win all the time or not lose all the time or whatever. They invented chess so that they could learn how to predict the other person's moves and how to make calculated decisions. Hey man, if you become a master blacksmith, go for it. Map to local, to local. I think I really do need to do some kind of map to local. I think what is going on is returns the centered position. So what I have to do here... Hey, prof. Hey, you don't need to learn how to lose. You can do that by default. The thing is, every time you lose, you need to figure out something you could have done different to not let you lose that way next time. So, a lot better than I expected, honestly. I could mostly get the whole thing to work as it was, but the only small thing that I'm going on now is, let me show you. So if because I created a custom code that would allow me to basically paint a sprite sheet, right? And then the code runs through it and replaces the sprites with the actual objects, so that instead of me having to manually place every single coin and balloon and whatever, I can just paint them on the tile sheet and that would work, right? So the thing is, what I believe is happening is that these are tiles, right? But the code that I did with the new Godot, instead of aligning with the top left, so this is like a tile here, it's probably aligning it with the center. So the coin is being instanced here. Hold up. Hold up. I may have a quick and dirty fix for this. Okay, that's lame. Okay, Control Z. So if I snap it, how do I position it properly? Okay, if I do that, and then I do the level 1 again, yeah, they're basically on top of each other, right? That's almost perfect positioning. It's good enough for me. So balloon is fixed. Now the coin will be easier, and the big balloon as well. I just need to grab this one, and do I have a way to automatically center it? Transform. Okay, centered, perfect. Coin, let's do the same thing with the coin. This one should be easier. The audio is also a bit loud, so let's lower that, I don't know, 10 decibels. Okay, and I guess the smile balloon also should be moved over. Okay, and now the collision needs to move. Okay, now if I play level 1, it should be 99% aligned. Okay. Okay, progress, guys, progress. Let me just, now I need to disable this one. And there we go. Predicting people is a skill I don't really get. I don't even have friends to play with, and playing against random robots doesn't feel good. It's a bit stressing. It's not even trying to predict people. It's a matter of, you know, what if I move my piece here and then I was in the position of the other player, what do I think they would do, right? And then maybe they would move the next piece forward or one piece backward or whatever it is. Balloons! Don't forget to subscribe! So it's not really about predicting people or reading minds or anything like that. It's more like trying to figure out how people would behave under certain circumstances. And, you know, you can't really 100%... oh yeah, they do vanish. I just kept the tile set static there to see how out of alignment they were, but now they work, look. You can see there's a combo counter on the bottom. And so the win condition is you being launched into the sky, right? And then you fall back down, and yeah, there we go. So now it would be a matter of making levels. Yeah, so level 2 doesn't exist, so that's why there's the error. But hey, it's kind of playable. Yeah, I have played chess. My daughter wants to play chess, but she doesn't have a lot of patience for that either. And I don't have patience to let her win or break the rules. So we don't play a lot, but yeah. So yeah, guys, this whole session was basically... troubleshooting for the most part. I'm very, very surprised, actually, that this worked at all. So yeah, I did lose all of the maps and tile sheets that I did, but oh no, I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh no, I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh no. Oh no, what is this? A Cuphead tutorial? Am I a gaming journalist? Help! Help! Ta-da! Oh, and I also have a lose condition. So if you fall too far down, you get teleported. I think I had made a store someday. Or something like that. That's it, I play chess badly. Timo ads, lol. Wait, you just got the Timo ad? I'm sorry about that. That should go against the Geneva Convention, if we're gonna be honest. So the mechanics are there. The game is okay. But I don't know, man. It's missing something, right? But yeah, that should do it for now. Maybe once a week or whatever, I'll do some streaming here and see how it goes. I'll have to think about what kind of game actually we're gonna develop and develop it from there. So I don't need that line break anymore. What's this? Place on key to cache for blending. S rank. Yeah. So, I don't know, because I had kind of done this game on Unity, right, a few years ago, and then I redid it here in Godot. So the other version had a few things that this one doesn't. Okay, yeah, no, this is basic. So on the other one, I had like, a medallion kind of thing, and then a coin icon would appear on top of the door if you had collected the medallion, and then a balloon icon would appear if you had popped all of the balloons. So, okay, long story short is, lore. Yeah, so again, right now, today, what I wanted to do is see if I could get this game working again after all of the Godot updates and changes. Yeah. So I wanted to see if I could get the game working, right? If I could get the mechanics in order and all of that. So now, what I would need to do is I would need to do some actual gameplay. I'd need to think about the levels and the stories and all of that nonsense. It doesn't even need to have a story, but make a bunch of levels, make a bunch of stuff, maybe some RNG level of sorts, and go from there. Yeah. I have 3 dogs. All 3 are okay, and then the neighbors have a few dogs as well that bark all the time, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Guys, I think that's gonna do it right now for the for this stream, for this gaming stream. I'm actually very positively surprised that this worked. And yeah, so yeah, it's been almost 2 hours. Been a long time since I did any game development, and honestly I'm pretty surprised with how well it went. Haven't done this in a really long time, as I said, so it's cool to see, right? Anyway, I don't know if there's anything else that you would like to say before we close today's session. More NPCs, okay, possibly. It's okay, man. You have school, right? It's just that it's getting a bit late now as well, and have to go have dinner in a bit and all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, some quick updates for you guys. Our son is very, very good. He doesn't cry that much. Maria can handle him very, very well. I barely need to help, even though I offer it. She's just okay. She can take care of everything on her own. So it allows me to focus on work more. See if we can sell a few more properties before going forward, right? But yeah, things are going well. We have been able to rest for the most part. So that's really good. Our first daughter was a bit more difficult when she was a baby, but she's great now. And yeah, things are going great. Things are going great. We need to keep working. We need to keep at it. I know the camera is a bit blurred, but we're almost over anyway. And regardless, thank you all very much for joining. Maybe someday I'll do some pixel art or whatever. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it fresh. I don't know if I'm going to be keeping little Dave. I don't know if I'm gonna stream on YouTube or if I'm gonna stream on Twitch or whatever. I'm not sure if most people would care too much to follow these videos on replays. So streaming is probably just I'm not sure if many people watch stream replays, to be honest. But yeah. So guys, stay safe. Thank you so much for watching. Let's keep in touch on Discord. And if you guys are not on Discord already, please do so. And I'll see you around next time and see where the game moves forward. Take care. Bye bye.